7th, 2025, and the time is now 6:32 p.m. For anyone in the audience, we will not be discussing the Charlie Kirk Memorial this evening. That will be at the next meeting on 10/21/25. We'll now turn to the city clerk for our roll call.
Mayor Shelton,
Present.
Vice Mayor Hay,
Present.
Commissioner Cruz,
Present.
Commissioner Turkin is absent, Commissioner Kelly.
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Maylee. Pastor Santos will lead our invocation tonight. Then I will lead the Pledge of Allegiance. If we could stand for the invocation and the pledge, is the pastor here to come down? Pastor Santos, are you here in the room? Well, Woodrow, I think that you are going to be giving our invocation again.
Let us pray. Most gracious and holy Father, we thank you for another day. We thank you, Lord, for the opportunity to gather and make decisions that will be for the betterment of our city. Bless now these who have come. Bless this city commission. Bless our staff. We pray that each decision will be pleasing in your ears and in your sight. Lord, we give you all the praise and we give you all the honor. And as we proceed today, we just thank you, Lord, for order. We thank you for cooperation. We thank you for the wisdom that you will share upon each and every one of this great city of Boynton Beach. We give you all the honor and we give you all the praise. For it's in Jesus' name we do pray and ask it all. Let every heart say amen.
Thank you, everyone. We're now moving on to the agenda approval, additions, deletions, and corrections. It's my understanding that the administration has a request.
Yes, Mayor. Based on the meeting we had with the county commission last week, I think it's in the best interest we recommend pausing any further annexation talk until we can enter into a mediation period. I know they want to explore doing some due diligence as far as the secondary option we provided them. And until that we can get further information, I think it would be prudent if we put a pause on annexation, at least until first meeting of January, the staff's request.
Thank you. Is there a motion to table items 8A through 8K to January 6, 2026?
Motion to table. Second.
Commissioner Kelly made the motion to table. Commissioner Cruz made the second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passed unanimously.
Mayor,
Yes.
I'd like to make a statement.
Sure.
Good evening, everyone. First, let me begin by saying that we grieve whenever a life is taken unjustly. Every person is considered in the image of God, and every life has value. Genesis chapter 1, verse 27 says, "Teach us that we are all his likeness. For that reason, we recognize the pain of this loss." There's no person who deserves to be assassinated. What happened to Charlie Kirk was a disgusting act. He was killed during the Utah College campus event. That's not right. He leaves behind a loving family that loved him, a widow who no longer has a husband, children who no longer have a father. No one deserves what happened to Charlie Kirk. However, the way you die does not justify how you live. At the same time, when we as a city decide whom and what we memorialize. We must do so with wisdom. A statute, a public recognition represents not just an individual, but the values of our entire community. Our citizens' vision, our city's vision has always been to stand for unity, equality, and respect for all people. Again, the Bible reminds us, and I am a minister, in Galatians chapter 3, verse 28, that there is neither Jew nor Gentile, neither slave nor free, nor is there male and female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. We believe every resident, regardless of background, belief, or walk of life, should feel welcome. Every citizen should feel appreciated and respected here in the city of Boynton Beach, and everywhere for that matter. While Charlie Kirk certainly had the right to voice his opinions, many of his words and rhetoric had been deeply offensive and divisive to communities that we hold dear. There are many statements that he made. Let me state just a few for the record. On race, black people, DEI, civil rights, he said, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. And discussing the DEI hiring program in airlines. He argued that passing the Civil Rights Bill in the 1960s was a mistake and has claimed that it led to a permanent DEI-type bureaucracy that undermines merit and constitutional freedom. He was reported to have said MLK, Martin Luther King Jr., was awful, not a good person. Charlie Kirk made very negative statements about our 4 black women, specifically Michelle Obama, Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, political commentator Joy Reid, and the late Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. While he was talking again about DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. He said about these 4 black women, and I quote, "You do not have the brain processing power to be taken really seriously," unquote. I could go on and on about the statements that have been made. Many people see these statements as systemic racism and undermining civil rights gain. Critics believe such statements erode trust and it inflames racial tension. The qualified black pilot remark particularly was widely condemned as rooted in stereotype. Again, Proverbs 18:21 says that life and death are in the power of the tongue. We cannot ignore the impact of words that wound, divide, or make some feel less than others. As leaders, our responsibility is clear. Micah chapter 6, verse 8 calls us to act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with our God. Choosing not to create a public statue or memorial is not dishonoring his life. It is protecting the dignity, well-being, and unity of all our residents. Instead of investing in symbols that divide, we can choose to celebrate the values that bring us together: Ephesians chapter 4, verse 3 urges us to make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace. That is what our city should reflect. A place where diversity is appreciated, where equality is real, and where every person knows they are valued as a child of God, born with a unique purpose. This is not what I want for our city. We have made tremendous progress in Boynton Beach. Let's continue to move forward, not backwards. There are so many great projects that are going on in our great city of Boynton Beach. So let us stay focused and not fight among ourselves. So tonight, I stand for unity. I stand for peace. I stand for a city where no one is made to feel less important, but where we truly live out the truth that we are all God's children and that we are all equal in God's sight. Why create a problem in our city where there is no problem? So, with all that I've just said, I make a motion that we drop all conversation now and in the future of memorializing Charlie Kirk in the city of Boynton Beach.
Do I have a second? Do I have a second motion?
Second for discussion.
We have a motion and we have a second. I can ask everyone to calm down while I call the vote.
Mayor, if I may.
Yes, please. And we're going to call the vote in a minute if after Commissioner Kelly has something to say.
Thank you. Yes, I just thank you, Vice Mayor Hay, for your words. I think that it is. I know it is echoed through the community, and I think that we can all appreciate your words and really truly, what they mean to this community. I think that the desire for the discussion was well intended. I don't think that that it was meant to cause any divisiveness, but I think that it is a topic that would cause divisiveness, and I think in our city, as a nonpartisan city, and in our position as being nonpartisan, I think that it is truly important that we stick to what we are meant to stick to, and that is really unifying our community and making sure that we're doing the best thing for our residents. Personally, Vice Mayor, as a mom and as a wife, that is to have to make that, have to tell your kids that your husband isn't coming home or their father isn't coming home. I can't imagine ever being in that position. So my heart breaks for his family. So I just, he's a human. His wife is a human being. His children are humans, innocent little babies. So my heart goes out to them. But I think that as a city, I think that that would, moving forward with any sort of discussions or plans, would create more divisiveness than truly what this city is about. So thank you.
I do agree with you, Commissioner Kelly. I think that the intention for the discussion was not ill-intended. However, when I did run for office, I ran as an NPA, and I feel that all politics are local. And I just want to thank everyone for being in this room, no matter what you're registered and where you stand on this. It's nice to see the community coming together. And I hope that moving forward, we can have discussions that don't create such division in the community. But we have a motion and we have a second. So all those in favor say aye. 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 All those opposed say nay. And the motion passes unanimously to remove the discussion of Charlie Kirk off of this agenda. Okay, again, we're gonna keep the agenda moving.
Motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Yes.
No, I'm sorry.
Second.
I did have, wait,
Wait, we have a change. It's my
Okay.
understanding that the city attorney would
sorry.
like to do her review before the city manager. Does anyone have any objection to switching items 10A with 10B?
No.
No.
Motion to switch those, that's fine. Second.
We have a motion to switch items 10A and 10B, and we have a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes unanimously to approve the agenda as amended.
Motion to approve the remainder of the agenda as amended.
Second.
We have a motion to approve the remainder of the agenda, and we have a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay.
Mayor,
Yes.
Can we
could
take
we
a
wait
minute?
for a couple minutes
I need
until the mass exit?
Yep, we'll pick up at 2A.
motion to temporarily adjourn for, or to take a break for 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
don't know.
Oh, I'll text Angel.
We will now move on to informational items by members of the City Commission. Let's begin on my right with Commissioner Cruz. Do you have any informational items?
A quick thing.
Is your mic on?
Just wanted to take a moment to say thank you very much to our city leadership, to Melanie from events, our city clerk, Mei Lee, Sheila, and all of our first responders and staff members who worked on the First Friday Fiesta edition. I just want to say thank you very much for all your hard work and dedication. I know it took a lot, but I think we did a really great job to, bringing in local businesses, and I'm very happy with the way that things turned out. So I just want to give a special shout out to all of you, and special kudos to Melanie. She really ran the entire event from A to Z, and that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. And Vice Mayor Hay?
Yes, I'm happy to announce about the IEDC conference, that is the International Economic Development Conference that was held in Detroit. A lot of good information again was handed out, and I was pleased to be there to gather up those ideas. Also, I attended the community meeting the last Monday of this month, and I give an open invitation because it's not just for District 2. It is for the entire city. We just happen to have it in District 2, and we concentrate on the needs of District 2 because that's the most that's there. But we do have others from other districts in our city that's attending. That's the last Monday of each month at 6 p.m. at Carolyn Center here in Boynton Beach. I also like to say that the First Friday celebration was fantastic. With the emphasis on the Hispanic history. I even tried to do a little dance. I don't know how well I did, but I think, she said I did great. Also, I'd like to announce that we just completed our church anniversary for 117 years of being in existence here in the great city. Thank you. Of being here in the great city of Boynton Beach. And then lastly, I was happy to attend what they call the senior prom, I guess it was, at the Women's Center. And I tell you, we old folks still got some moves left, man. I tell you, they were really having a good time. So they've already said that let's continue to do this next year. And as many of you as want, come on out and enjoy and have a great time at the senior prom, okay? God bless you. Thank you.
Well, Vice Mayor, I was at the senior prom, and I think you're going to have to teach all of us how to do the electric slide before we go, because you were the only one that knew how to do it. So you're going to have to give us some dance lessons before we go next year.
If I may, Mayor, when I was in high school, they did vote me as the best dancer.
I can see why. I've got a lot of video of you, and you were the best one there, I'll tell you, you and your beautiful wife. Commissioner Kelly, do you have anything to disclose?
I was going to talk about something, but now I don't remember what it was. Oh, sorry, it's been so long. No, I went to our First Friday, and it was a great event. We had a little bit of rain, but the events team did an amazing job. And of course, Public Works and all the other departments that always jump in to work at our events, they do such an amazing job, and it's always flawless. And so just thank you to the events. And also, I know Commissioner Cruz, you invited some of the neighboring elected officials and other Hispanic community leaders, and so it was great to see a bunch of people from outside of our city coming to visit. So that was great. And I just wanted to remind the public, since we do have a couple extra in the room tonight, that the county is doing their transportation master plan. They are really looking for community input, and so every time I have an opportunity to tell you, the website is PBC Moves, and they are really wanting honest feedback from the public on what works and what doesn't work in all things transportation. So please take a few minutes. It's a super quick survey. Take that survey. It's very important. They are going to be looking at how to improve and what we can do or what the county can do long-term to really try and make our streets a little bit safer and a little bit quicker for us to get from point A to point B. So it's super important. So I'm just throwing that out there, giving the county some information. So it's pbcmoves.com, I believe. PBC.
Said that on our Facebook, I think.
It's
we
on our
did.
Facebook, it's on our social media, but just for the record. So, thank you.
Great, we will move on to announcements. Can I please have city staff come up to the podium to announce their events?
All right, Justin.
Good evening, Commissioners. I'm here to announce Fall Festival. It's the Recreation and Parks signature fall event that will be held this Saturday, October 11th at Centennial Park, just east of City Hall here from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. There'll be music, bounce houses, face painters, games. We will be doing a pumpkin giveaway courtesy of Publix, and actually just confirmed with sustainability earlier this morning that Community Greening will be on hand to do a tree giveaway as well. That's always a popular event, and we were able to confirm that this morning that they will be on site giving away trees. It's Boynton Beach residents only, and it's a maximum of 2 trees per resident, and it is a first come, first serve basis. But it is a free event, and we encourage everyone who can attend to come out and enjoy what is always a fun event, and one of the things I always look forward to over the course of the year. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioner. Amanda Radigan, Planning and Development Director. I wanted to take just 10 seconds. If we could put up the right flyer, please, for the comp plan. Not in charge of Pirate Fest. There's a much more exciting announcer coming after me. I just wanted to take 10 seconds to introduce our newest addition who will do this announcement for us. Our recent addition to the Planning and Development Department is Kevin Fisher. He is the new Division Director of Planning and Zoning. He comes to us with about 20 years of experience in both private and public sector, including his last role as Planning Director at Palm Beach County, previous work with Lake Worth, as well as work with Kimley Horn on the private side. He is also a longtime Boynton Beach resident. He'll be giving the announcement.
Hi. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners. Day 2 for me, so very excited to be on board. And just a quick announcement while I'm up here. As part of the comprehensive plan update, the first of the public engagement workshops will be held on October 20th in this building. So we do have flyers on the table next to the agendas for anyone that may want that. So, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Amanda, you have to learn how to say when we have the fest, the Pirate Fest.
Arg.
Yeah. You got it. You got it.
Tell you, the next guy's much better than me.
Very good, Amanda. I'm a mess. I know it. Oh, there he is. Okay, hit it.
Good evening, my lords and ladies, ladies and gentlemen, pirates, and of course, we cannot forget our good commission. In my day, I'd cut your heads off. So, good evening.
Good evening.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Sir Henry Hyde, Lord Hyde, Earl of Clarendon and Rochester, Baron of Hendon, Lord Governor Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary, I love that word, Plenipotentiary of all Britannic colonies in the New World and the Isles adjacent. And I am here today in your fair city of Boynton Beach to give you the greatest of news and to issue a proclamation.
All right.
I, Sir Henry Hyde, Lord, etc., etc., do hereby proclaim forthwith, heretofore, whereby, whereas, no, notwithstanding, Shakespeare said, kill all the lawyers, no offense. Here we are. Hear ye, Good people of the fair city of Boynton Beach, I come bearing tidings of great news. For it is thus proclaimed that on the 25th and 26th of this month of October shall be held the immensely popular and well-beloved Boynton Beach Pirate Fest. And even better and even more important is it's absolutely free.
Even better.
That's right, this fun, fantastic signature event shall be held for 2 glorious days on Saturday the 25th, and it shall commence at noon and go till 10 p.m. And on Sunday, the 26th, where it shall go from noon to 6 p.m. And it shall be in the very heart of the downtown in Boynton Beach, and the area shall come alive with spectacular entertainment, fun for the whole family. There shall be wonderful music on multiple stages, continuous performances all throughout, including belly dancers, acrobats, sword swallowers, the Nerveless Knock Thrill Show with a trapeze, and of course, they also have the world-famous Wheel of Death. It's a giant hamster wheel. It's absolutely fantastic. A live black powder cannon show performed by the Royal Artillery. It's very loud, more thunderous than your applause. Where was I? And shopping galore up and down the streets. Great food and drink, live mermaids, kids' activities aplenty, and much, much more. And that's not all. In the heart of it all is our pirate town of Hobbs Cove, with scores of costumed, interactive pirate-era characters from the golden age of piracy. It is a pirate festival, after all. And thus, this bustling 18th century port of call is complete with multiple encampments of pirates, smugglers, and other colorful riffraff, and the Hobbs Cove stage with pirate music all day, games, and of course, I myself shall be on hand with my royal family to lord it over you all. I mean, to welcome and greet you all. And, and I almost forgot. But take heed and beware, because when the sun goes down that Saturday eve, over the pirate town the veil shall be lifted, and the All Hallows Eve curse shall take hold and transform our friendly denizens into undead creatures of the night in the spooktacular Hobbs Cove Haunted Trail from 7 to 10 p.m. If you dare. I had something in my throat. If you dare. Not suitable for children, pregnant women, or the faint of heart. As much as I would love to stick around, I have to get back to my own time. And although I love hearing the sound of my own voice, and I could entertain you all for hours with light extemporanea, I shall be off. But I thank you all for your time. And I do hope to see you all at this 2025 Boynton Beach Pirate Fest. Woo-hoo!
All right.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would have
I'll
worn
be
my
there.
patch if I knew.
Handing out eye patches?
I
We're all
have- I
gonna
have
matching
plenty of
eye patches?
if anybody needs them. I'll bring them all for you. I'll be putting one on before the end of the night,
A team
probably.
effort.
So.
Yes.
Okay, so we are now moving on to public audience portion of the meeting. As always, it's three minutes per person and non-transferable. We will not be discussing the Palmyra and Bamboo Lane annexations this evening. Same rules always apply. The speaker must address the commission as a whole, not to any individual on the dais or in the audience. Insults, personal attacks, and disruptions are not permitted, and you may be asked to leave the meeting should you violate these rules. After we have concluded in-person comments, we will move to online comments. So if you are speaking, we ask that you come down to the podium and take one and then the other so we can keep things moving quickly. Thank you so much.
Really fast, David Katz, will there be public input during the evaluation of the city manager?
Shauna?
No, please make it a public comment.
Okay, so you'll
All
make
right.
it now.
That's what I wanted to know. Thank you very much. To the run-up to Mr. Duggar's appointment about 3 years ago, it's no secret that I was on the other side of it. And to be honest, I was manipulated. As somebody who feels that he's not easily manipulated, I was manipulated by people to think of him in a negative way. After his confirmation, I was at a P&D board meeting, and he came down and he sat next to me. And I turned to him and I said, now that you've got it, let's see what you can do with it. And I've experienced, and I've counted them, 7 city managers in the 43 years I've lived in this city, and probably a few interims. I'm not blowing smoke when I say that Mr. Duggar has been the most innovative, risk-taking, and I mean that in a positive way, thinking outside the box city manager the city has ever had. The employees of the city are so obviously loyal to him because he gives loyalty down, so he gets loyalty up. His time being city manager is riddled with major accomplishments, as well as minor ones, and the unseen and unknown kindnesses he's shown residents when asked. He attends community meetings unlike any city manager before him. Besides all that, he's a great family man who loves his family deeply and this city. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, please.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sakira. I'm a resident here in Boynton Beach. I'm actually a truck driver by trade. That's what I do for a living, so I'm up pretty early in the mornings. I pass by a light that is bothering me every single day. The light is located in front of Latin America. It's the brand new light on Boynton Beach Boulevard. Latin America's address is actually 401 Boynton Beach Boulevard, 33435. The light turns red. So children are crossing from the south side to go to the north side to Galaxy Elementary School. When they press the light on the south side of the road, the light turns red. But once they get in the middle, they're stuck. The other day, a little girl, it turned red. She just proceeded to walk across. Because I've noticed this already, I kind of almost got myself in a fender bender, but I had to stop the traffic. She just was walking across because the light is red on one side. She's not noticing because, you're red on coming, going east, and then you're green going west. So she's not noticing that. And I see it's going to be a big problem if the light is not fixed. So that's why I'm here today, because I'm concerned about the children in my community. I'm a mother of a 10-year-old, and it would kill me if I sent her to school and this happened to her while I'm at work. So that's the only reason why I'm here today, and I hope that it's rectified as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, please.
Susan Oyer, Boynton Beach. So I want to preface this by saying I am.
Hang on one second, Susan.
No problem.
Sorry, give me 1 second. Really quick, Kevin, I see you in the back of the room. Kevin Ramsey, can you get with the woman who just spoke?
Excuse me, miss.
Miss, can you?
Before you leave.
If you could
1
speak
minute.
to Kevin about that light, because it's an FDOT light, and I think that there is a button in the middle of the intersection that has to
Palm
be
Beach
pressed to
County.
go. It's no, it's FDOT.
It is after?
Yeah, it is. And so if you could just speak with him, and then maybe we can, maybe we can add some signage to make that clear, but I think that it has to be pressed in the middle to cross to the other side. So, but just talk to Kevin right there in the back. Sorry, thank you.
No worries.
Go, Susan, sorry.
Susan Oyer, Boynton Beach. So I want to preface this by saying I can be critical of some of the people on the dais at times, but I am fully in support of them. So while I'm about to disagree with you, Dan, I do think you're doing a wonderful job even when I do disagree with you. Same with Shauna, so I'll leave that point at that. I'm wanting to know where my environmental impact study is on the Save Boynton's Forest, on the Nichols Boulevard Forest. This was started back in June. We're in October. Where is that environmental impact study? I want it. I'm sick of waiting. And when I come back from vacation, boy, are you going to be hearing about it if it's not sitting in my inbox and if we're not moving forward on this. There's no reason this is still dragging on. And there's a lot of people in this state, in addition to our city, that care about the gopher tortoises. And I don't know if you noticed, but they're really bringing this forward in Boca, so it's really on people's minds. So it will be on yours, because I'll make sure it happens again if we don't move forward on saving this forest. My issue tonight, though, the big one is is I am quite distressed over the thought of us selling our utilities. I had a fit when I started seeing this the other day, and this is my critique of you, Dan. At what point did this ever come up? I mean, I usually sit in these meetings. I'm reasonably attentive in between my knitting. Like, when did we decide as a city to send representatives to the county commission to discuss getting rid of our utilities, selling our utilities, trading our utilities? How is there a big contingent of people at the county commission meeting to discuss, and this is not about annexation, because I'm actually in support of that, just in phases, but when did this happen? How are we talking about getting rid of our biggest asset in this city without coming to the voters and putting this on the ballot? There's no way you could tell me you could get rid of hundreds of millions of dollars worth of assets without coming to the public. And I want to know, at what point was this ever discussed in a commission meeting? Who gave permission to go and have this discussion, begin these discussions, come up with some kind of agreement, and go forward? When did this happen? When did the residents get a chance to talk about this or give their permission? How is this happening that you want to unload half of our city's water supply? And we are in desperate need of water. And don't fool yourselves. This state is running out of water just because this side of the state isn't putting it in the newspaper regularly when the other side of the state is. We are running out of water. There's approximately 12 people that signed a non-disclosure agreement in this city saying that they know that there's no water and there's all kinds of problems. Why am I the only one who talks about this for years now? And why the heck are we trying to give away, sell, trade, bargain our utilities? Thank you.
Thank you. Next, please.
Good afternoon, Mike McCray. I stand tonight to speak in favor of our city manager, Mr. Dan Duggar. I was one of the individuals that voted for this town square project, which encompassed the city hall. The other city manager, Ms. Lori Laveria, should even take the time out to give me a tour of City Hall. But Mr. Duggar said, let me show you what you voted for. That showed me a man of integrity, stability. I take him now to be a friend. Many people said that he wasn't educated. He didn't have the qualifications. But you know, he proved everybody wrong. When someone said that you're not qualified, and when you go and get qualified, you make them out of a liar. Continue your progress, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, please.
Cindy Falco Di Corrado. First, I'd like to give my support for Daniel Duggard as well. He even speaks to you on a personal level if you have a need. He's made himself available, and speaks the truth, and he does what he says. Promises made, promises kept. Thank you. I do want to talk about something else that I believe is very important. As you know, we have Black History Month, we have Hispanic Heritage Month, and we have many other months, but not one month that celebrates all of us as Americans. If we can honor diversity, surely we can honor unity. I propose that November, the month of Thanksgiving and Veterans Day, be proclaimed as America's month, a time to be remembered of our values, our shared values, our faith, our freedom, and family. A time to focus not on what divides us, but what unites us, one nation under God. I am a native Floridian, and I sometimes feel like I'm the outcast in my own country. Why? Because we, the American people, as a unit, not by what heritage you are, you don't have any say in that. What color skin you have no say in that. Why is that always divided out? Why aren't we celebrating together as family, one nation under God? And that's what I'd like to see for the city of Boynton Beach. I've spoken about the unity before. We talk about it in little bits, but then we go back to a divide by our shades of beige or by our Hispanic heritage or by this or that. We are a family, meaning that we all were created in the image of God, and this has got to stop, and we need to make about the roots of America. I am a proud American, and I see nothing for Americans, and I'm really tired of it. I go places and I feel like I'm a foreigner in my own land. I don't speak the language. I hear many different languages, and I'm the only one standing there that speaks English, and I'm like going, where am I? I want my country back. I don't mind sharing it, but please respect that you came to our country, America, and learn of us as much as you want us to learn of you. And I believe this would bring unity to everyone if we did an American month. We don't get a month at all. We get little 4th of July, Thanksgiving, but we don't have a month. I want to see our heritage, what happened, why we are established as a nation. That's very important to me. Also, I wanted to talk about, on our tax bill. I was quite perturbed to see again that there's a $145 assessment. I don't think anybody spoke about that people can opt out again this year, and they need to know how to opt out of that because it is another situation. And why isn't it budgeted into the regular amounts here? Why are we also paying extra money for utilities, $200 and something I was assessed when we just had water problem? Why isn't that budgeted into the regular budget? Why are we the people paying for this? This is ridiculous. We're being taxed left and right. And I want to say something in regards to what was said earlier today. I think that people should be really, and especially someone who calls himself a pastor, needs to read above or hear what was said before something was taken out of context to get a group of people to start to hate, because the Bible says God hates those who causes division. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, please.
My name is Brenda Williams. I live at 337 Northeast 24th Avenue. I was going to speak my 3 minutes on this resolution, but since Minister Hay, Commissioner Hay, was so eloquent in his dissertation that I wanted to at least come up here and thank, I think you're the gentleman that came to my house on 24th Avenue, the house that was next door to me. I had spoken about that house that had been abandoned for years. They finally have moved forward. They've taken the property. The city has the property now. There was a beekeeper out there because I guess the house is infected with bees. So there has been some progress, and I just wanted to thank you for doing that because it's been an eyesore for a long time, and you finally have stepped up to the plate, and I appreciate it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Next, please.
My name is Gavin Sizer. Stay right up the street on Boynton Beach Boulevard by that Wendy's right there. I remember coming a little bit under a year ago to discuss, or I heard about a movement to have housing for artists or something like that. An artist, I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. There was a board member here, I forget her name, older black woman. Sorry, I was saying there was an older black woman who was part of the board for the CRA that I don't remember the name of. I was up here maybe a year ago or a little bit earlier this year for housing in the community I live in for artists or some type of art project. And I wanted to know about any information regarding that or if I'm misremembering. So.
This was for the CRA. Angel, if you can get this gentleman's contact information and we can have a follow-up with the CRA side.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Sandra Watson, a resident from Boynton Beach. I just want to come to say, first, I am so grateful to be a part of the city of Boynton Beach. And I want all to know what the great things that the city is doing. The First Fridays are wonderful. I'm there as much as I can be. I want to thank the commission for helping the Senior Advisory Board with the senior prom. I was out of town. That's the only reason why I wasn't there. But I heard great things about it. I now sit on the Youth Advisory Board, so I'll be back with things for the Youth Advisory Board as soon as I get everything down. And I also want to let you know that your mayor spoke to a group of Girl Scouts. out at Canyon Library, and they earned their democracy badge. It was a wonderful thing. So, people of Boynton, everyone, the city of Boynton is doing wonderful things, and I am so proud to be a resident of the city of Boynton. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, hello. How's everybody doing today?
Everybody doing great.
Hey, it's always a pleasure to come out here. Cameron, District 2, as always. On June
Cameron,
3rd.
can you state your last name?
Maharaj.
Thank you,
Like
sir.
Anuraj. Okay, June 3rd, the last time I spoke with the dais, I was in a Publix, I did the video chat. It was called for a clean and safe initiative from my remarks on public infrastructure and safety within the Rolling Green neighborhood. One that brings accountability, resources, and real improvements to our neighborhoods. This was the right message, but now that the budget is passed, we need to ask, what has really changed to make that vision real? Here's the reality. Roads and infrastructure outside the CRA district are still underfunded. Public Works did not receive a significant budget increase to resurface our streets, repair sidewalks, and add lighting in the neighborhoods that need it the most. Meanwhile, millions are being spent on police technology, including the rollout of flock cameras. These cameras are placed across the same neighborhoods that are underserviced. They log speeding, traffic patterns, and vehicle movement. But that information is not being shared with Public Works. So when flock data shows cars speeding throughout the Rolling Green neighborhood, about 25% of our mailboxes are smashed throughout there, or traffic hazards near the Hester Center, the police department keeps the information while the streets remain dangerous. Residents get monitored, but the roads don't get fixed. Beyond effectiveness, there are serious privacy risks. Other cities in Florida publish their retention limits, their external access lists, and their audit policies for their flock data. Boynton Beach does not. Without oversight, this system records where we drive, when we travel, and who we associate with no guarantee of how long that data is stored or who sees it. The result is a clear imbalance. Residents outside the CRA are being watched more closely than they are being supported. They get the surveillance, but not the services. Cameras, but not the crosswalks. License plate readers, but not the safe, well-lit streets. If the city is serious about a clean and safe initiative, let's make it more than words. Fund Public Works proportionately. Increase resources for non-CRA neighborhoods so problems identified by cameras lead to repairs, not just records. Share data across departments. Build transparency, publish retention limits, audit logs, and annual usage reports. I spoke with the police department's attorney. They told me I don't have to tell you nothing. Balance priorities. Every dollar for surveillance should be matched with a dollar for infrastructure and safety improvements. I am not hard to find, y'all. I've been up here multiple times. I've screamed out about the same thing over and over. Do not let a kid get killed in my streets. We don't deserve it. Take me serious. Don't let blood be on the hands before we make a change. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, please.
Hi, my name is Roy Jackson. I just want to take the time first off to appreciate and thank you all for the hard work that you do. However, I live at 436 Northwest 5th Avenue here in Boynton. There's an elementary school, Galaxy Elementary, that's there. I look here, and just this morning I had an incident. I wasn't at work early. I took the day off for a personal issue. And unfortunately, I have a piece of property that parents will use as a bus stop. Drop their kids off, walk down, and do what they do. That's fine, and I understand those parents' concern. But leading up to safety, we do not have sidewalks there. We do not have a registered school zone there. There are signs that says 20, 25 miles an hour. There are no blinking signs. We don't have speed bumps there, and we have traffic that's coming through. It's increased considerably. And during school zone, school hours, we have crossing guards there trying to control traffic coming 10, 20, 15 cars in each direction. And there are times where the parents are getting impatient and nearly accidents. And then you look around, there's no police officers in the area other than the school officer. I have reached out to that officer. Another officer, I reached out to the principal, the assistant principal, and they say it's all an issue for the police department. Now, they're out doing all they can do. I'm just extending this out and asking you all to please, if nothing more, come out and observe during school time, during the beginning of school, during the exit of school, and just pay attention. Pay attention. If you look at it, it's like your kids, my kids are all grown, but we all want them to be safe. And we're in the arena here, and we have the city revenue and resources to make sure that our kids are safe or safer than what they are. I have young kids walking through my yard. I say nothing to that because they have to get there. We have 6 or 7 inches of a paved lift. And there's sod, and then there's asphalt. There's no other place for these children to go. And after getting to school, they're excited. A hard day at school, they're excited to go home. Their mind is not focused on those large vehicles that are coming, or the impatient parents that are trying to get to these, or the people that just have no concern and no respect. I just ask, if nothing more, have officers drive through there. Not one officer, not 2. You're gonna need them for both sides, Northwest 5th Street and 4th. And from Boynton Beach Boulevard all the way back to MLK. There are kids in those communities that do go there. A vast majority are dropped off by their parents and a few buses. But please take heed of that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any other public comments? Are there any online?
Mayor, there are none online. And I just wanted to double check with staff. The room is cleared out. We don't have anyone for public. Okay, very good. Thank you. We're good, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. We're moving on to the administrative section, and before we go to the advisory board appointments, we have a few applicants that are seeking waivers from requirements to be on advisory board. May we have a motion for the waiver of Barbara Reedy?
Yes, so move.
Second.
We have a motion and we have a second for the waiver for Barbara Reedy. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed say nay.
Nay.
Nay. Vote does not pass 2-2. May we have a motion for the waiver for Michael Wilson?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion for Michael Wilson, and we have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes unanimously. May we have a motion for the waiver for Christopher Kenny?
Motion approved.
I got you.
Yeah. I move that we waive it.
Okay, we do not have a second. We can move on. May we have a motion for the waiver for Michaela Luis? We do not have a motion. Moving on to advisory board and appointments. We have appointments that were tabled at the last few meetings that would need to be removed from the table. May we have a motion?
Motion to untable. Second.
We have a motion to remove from to untable, and we have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes unanimously. We have one application for the Building Board of Adjustments and Appeals. There are 3 regular positions and 1 alternate position. The nomination goes to Vice Mayor Hay. Would you like to make your motion?
Motion to nominate Charlie Holder.
Second.
Vice, we have a motion. Who did you appoint?
Charlie Holder.
Okay. We have a motion from Vice Mayor Hay and a second from Commissioner Kelly to appoint Charlie Holden. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes unanimously. My computer's loading them right now. Okay. We have 4 applications for Education Youth Advisory Board, and there are 2 regular positions and 3 high school student positions available. The first nomination goes to myself. I would like a motion to approve Paul Jean.
Second.
We have a motion to approve Paul Jean, and we have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes unanimously. The next nomination goes to Commissioner Cruz. Would you like to make your motion?
I'll go ahead and make a motion for Mia Sagrins.
Second?
We have a motion for Mia Sakrins, and we have a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Nay. Motion passes unanimously. Oh, I said nay. Motion passes unanimously. There are other positions. The other positions are student positions, and no other applicants qualify for those positions. We have 3 applications for the historic.
Real quick, I'm sorry, Mayor. Can, staff, can maybe Sheila reach out to Boynton High School and see if through some of their government school or their history or their civics classes, that maybe we can get some students that would be interested in doing that? I think that we may need to be a little bit more proactive to get those student applications, but that might be a good
Should
avenue
we
to
also
get.
add Santa Lucia's?
We could, sure.
I think it includes
Yeah.
some of District 4.
Mm-hmm.
What's the age limit on the students?
I know in other boards it's been high school. Is it through 18?
I believe that's correct.
Okay.
High school age, I
High
believe.
school age?
Correct, because they vote on the college scholarships.
Okay, thank you.
We have 3 applications for the Historic Resources Preservation Board. There are 3 regular positions and 2 alternate. The first nomination goes to Commissioner Cruz. Would you like to make your motion?
If a waiver was not approved, I can't appoint that person, correct? Okay, so I'll go ahead and nominate Michael Wilson.
Second?
We have a nomination to nominate Michael Wilson, and we have a second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes unanimously. The second nomination goes to Vice Mayor Hay. Would you like to make your motion?
Abahai,
Canthan.
Catherine.
Okay.
Second?
We have a motion to appoint Abhai Cantham, and we have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed say nay. The last nomination goes to Commissioner Turkin, so do we just skip
Table it?
Table it.
No applicant.
Well, there's no viable
Oh, there's
applicants.
no, anyways, okay. Do I need a motion to table it, Shauna, or I'm good?
That's it.
No, if there's no applicants.
Okay. There's one regular position on no applicants for the library board, so we encourage residents to apply if you're interested. Moving on, we have 2 community support funds from Commissioner Cruz for the Alzheimer's Association and the Interactive Community Alliance for $500 each. May we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion, Commissioner Cruz moved to approve the, for the motion, and we have a second from Vice Mayor Hay. All those opposed say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes unanimously. We will now be moving on to the consent agenda. If my colleagues want to pull any items from consent, let's begin to my left with Commissioner Kelly.
Thank you, Mayor. I do not have any items to pull.
And Vice Mayor Hay?
No, I do not.
And
None for
Commissioner
me.
Cruz.
Thank you.
Great.
Motion to approve consent agenda?
Second.
We have a motion to approve consent agenda. We have a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes unanimously. Okay. We will now move on to the consent bids and purchases. If my colleagues would like to pull any items, let's begin on my right with Commissioner Cruz
I do not, thank you.
and Vice Mayor Hay
No, I do not.
and Commissioner Kelly.
No, motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion to approve the consent bids and purchases, and we have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes unanimously. Items 8A through 8K have already been tabled. We have 3 public hearing items. Public comments will be permitted on each item. Items 8M and N are quasi judicial, and I will now turn to the city clerk to swear in anyone here who would like to speak on those items. So if we have anyone in the public that wants to speak or going to speak at all, now's the time to stand up so you can be sworn in.
Do you swear or affirm that the evidence you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. You may have a seat.
I'll turn to the clerk to read 8L through 8N into the record.
They have to do their disclosures first?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, where are they?
Yes, sorry.
Got it.
As to this matter, I have not had any ex parte communications. I have not received written communications. I have not conducted an investigation. I have not made a site visit. I have not received expert opinions. I request these disclosures and all written communications be made part of the record. Thank you.
As to this matter, I have not had any expert communications. I have not received written communications. I have not conducted an investigation. I have not made a site visit, and I have not received expert opinions. I request that these disclosures and all written communications be part of the record.
As of this matter, I have not had expert communication. I have not received any written communication. I have not conducted an investigation. I have not made a site visit. I have not received expert opinion. I request that these disclosures and the written communication be made part of the record.
As to this matter, I have not had expert communications. I did receive an email from the attorney, but I did not reply. I have not conducted an investigation. I have not made a site visit, and I have not received expert opinions other than the staff or our legal department. I request that these disclosures and all written communications be made part of the record.
Now I'll turn to the clerk.
Okay, I'll go ahead and they're all going to be presented together, correct? So I'm going to go ahead and read them all. Proposed ordinance number 25-022, first reading, an ordinance of the City of Boynton Beach, Florida, voluntarily annexing approximately 0.36 acres of unincorporated territory located at 3604 Boynton Beach Boulevard into the corporate limits of the city pursuant to Section 171.044 Florida statutes, providing for the annexation of the property described herein, providing for publication of notice of the proposed annexation, directing the city clerk to record this ordinance with the clerk of the circuit court, with the chief of administrative officer of Palm Beach County, and with the Department of State, providing a business impact estimate, providing for codification, conflict, severability, and an effective date. The next one is proposed ordinance number 25-032, first reading, an ordinance of the City Commission of the City of Boynton Beach, Florida, amending ordinance number 89-38 by amending the future land use map of the City of Boynton Beach, Florida, for an approximately 0.36 acre parcel of real property located at 3604 Boynton Beach Boulevard by changing the future land use classification from Palm Beach County's commercial high with an underlying MR8 to City of Boynton Beach's local retail commercial, declaring the proposed amendment to the future land use map to be consistent with all other elements of the comprehensive plan of the city, providing for severability, conflicts, and providing for an effective date. Proposed ordinance number 25-033, first reading, an ordinance of the City Commission of the City of Boynton Beach, Florida, in association with Curaleaf Florida LLC annexation, amending ordinance number 02-013 to rezone approximately 0.36 acres of unincorporated territory located at 3604 Boynton Beach Boulevard from Palm Beach County's commercial high office to City of Boynton Beach's community commercial district, declaring the proposed amendment to be consistent with the comprehensive plan of the city, providing for severability, conflicts, and providing for an effective date.
This is the first reading. Staff, you can begin your presentation, please. The applicant, okay.
Good evening. My name is Barbara Hall. I'm an attorney with Greenberg Trorick, and we have a presentation. Okay. Oh.
The side buttons, this goes forward and this goes back.
Okay.
IT, there's a different
This is the staff
presentation. This is staff presentation.
Okay.
You're going to bring it up.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, excuse me. Okay. Okay, good evening. We're happy to be here today. This is a voluntary annexation. The property owner has requested to be brought into the city. And along with the annexation, of course, we'll need to change into a city land use and a city zoning. And so all these three items are before you tonight. The property is located on the north side of Boynton Beach Boulevard, and it's adjacent to the western limit of the city. It's 36 acres, small parcel, and has a building of 1,250 square feet. It was formerly a hair salon, and it's going to be used as a dispensary. The lessee is here tonight. This is the aerial showing the property on the left, the small building, and the property to the right is the city of Boynton Beach. So it's right next to the city. Why annex? Because we found you to be a business-friendly city. The staff worked very well with us to help us get through this process of annexation and change in zoning and land use. You know why we annex. Okay, why is annexation appropriate? We meet the criteria. The property is contiguous. This has been a voluntary request, and all the prerequisites to annexation have been carried out by your staff. Also, importantly, this site is in the city's annexation area, and we already are in the utility use area as well. So for all those good reasons, we belong in the city. The first requirement is that the site be compact and contiguous. I'm not sure you can be more compact than being 0.36 acres and only 1,250 square foot building. The site is within the city's future annexation area. This shows in the slashed yellow line, the city's annexation area, and we are like the first property in the county in that area. The future land use that's being requested is local retail commercial for the site, and that use is consistent with the adjacent uses. You can see the pink is the local retail, and that's what we're asking for, to be pink as well. And then the zoning to community commercial likewise is absolutely consistent with the adjacent zoning, and also for some length of property going eastward along Boynton Beach Boulevard. And again, the property immediately to the right has the same zoning we're requesting, and for zoning, we would be orange, just like the orange property next to us. Site is within the city's utility service area. In summary, we meet the criteria for annexation. We furthered the city's own plans for annexation. This opens the areas to the west of the site for annexation by making them contiguous, and the land use and zoning are compatible with the adjacent uses. So thank you, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Thank you. We do, any comments or questions from the commission before we open it up to public comment?
Oh, I would just like to see you, Attorney Hall, represent a few other ones that we have.
Well, I appreciate that.
Thank you very much for your presentation.
Is there any presentation from staff? Are we good there? Okay.
Gabe Savigny, Principal Planner. We do have a presentation, and I'm available to do it if you have questions or just provide clarifications.
I don't have any questions.
I don't have any questions. What about?
Is there anyone here for public comment about this issue?
We have to do them individually. So if there's any public comment on 8L, we'll open that at this time.
Right.
On public hearing.
Okay.
No one's on. Mayor, there
One
is
on
nobody on.
8M. Okay.
Nobody online.
Any on 8N. Okay, and there's no one online.
Nobody online, Mayor.
Okay, so public hearing is now closed on all three of those items. If there's nothing else, do we have a motion to approve proposed ordinance number 25-022 on the first reading?
So move.
Second.
Vice Mayor Hay moved to approve ordinance number 25-032 on first reading. Commissioner Kelly seconded the motion. Let's turn to the clerk for a roll call.
Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Hay?
Yes.
Mayor Shelton?
Yes.
And roll call vote, the motion passed unanimously.
We have a motion to, may we have a motion to approve proposed ordinance number 25-032 on first reading?
So move.
Second.
Vice Mayor Hay moved to approve ordinance number 25-032 on first reading. Commissioner Kelly seconded the motion. Let's turn to the clerk for the roll call vote.
Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Hay?
Yes.
Mayor Shelton?
Yes.
In a roll call vote, the motion passed unanimously.
Great. May we have a motion to approve proposed ordinance number 25-033 on the first reading?
So moved.
Well, both of you speak at the same time.
We'll shake
so
it
I'm
up a
gonna-
little bit.
I'm going to give it, I'm going to say Commissioner Kelly moved to approve ordinance number 25-033 on first reading, and Vice Mayor Hay seconded the motion. Let's turn to the clerk for a roll call.
Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
Commissioner Cruz?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Hay?
Yes.
Mayor Shelton?
Yes.
In a roll call vote, the motion passed unanimously.
Great. So
Thank you.
we are moving right on to 10A and B, which we did reverse.
See you in 2 weeks.
Yes, so we're putting B first. We're now moving to item 10A. No, that was you, Dan, you were first, so.
And, yeah.
I had it
No,
right.
it's 10B. Yeah.
10B, yeah. So we're moving on to 10B. We're now moving on to 10B, the annual performance evaluation for our city attorney, Shauna Lamb. Similar to the city manager's evaluation, this assessment is based on the criteria outlined in Ms. Lamb's employment agreement. Ms. Lamb, please begin your presentation.
Good evening, Commissioners. For the record, I'm Shauna Lamb, City Attorney. Tonight, I'm presenting the fiscal year 24-25 year-end report and a request for fair compensation alignment. This past year, the City Attorney's Office and the Office of Risk Management delivered over $20 million in measurable value to the City of Boynton Beach, protecting taxpayer dollars, negotiating major agreements, and securing historic settlements. One of the highlights of this year was our $8.4 million PFAS settlement, one of the largest recoveries in the city's history. We also negotiated long-term fire and EMS agreements with the town of Hypoluxo and the village of Gulf, along with a 25-year utilities agreement with Gulfstream. Together, these agreements bring in nearly $10 million in revenue and provide long-term stability. We established fire and canal assessments that generated over $10 million, resolved the East Boynton Beach Little League dispute, and protected public access at Harvey Oyer Park. Finally, we completed collective bargaining negotiations for the police department and modernized the city's employee handbook, ensuring clarity and reducing liability. Our office also supported the city's daily governance and operations. So for those of you wondering what we do, my office drafted 355 resolutions and 33 ordinances this year. We modernized the procurement policy and reviewed nearly 600 contracts, establishing 31 new professional service agreements. We supported critical citywide initiatives, including the ERP system, the Charter Review Committee, and the Tennis Center redevelopment. And we advanced annexation efforts that will strengthen Boynton Beach's future growth. So it didn't forward, 1 second. Okay, the risk management highlights. Through proactive risk management, we reduced claim payments by nearly 29%, achieved a 95% return to work rate for injured employees, and conducted 37 facility risk assessments to improve safety. Importantly, we actually negotiated a $229,000 insurance premium savings while maintaining full coverage for the city. This is a real savings without sacrificing our protection. These results did not happen by chance. They came from setting clear strategic priorities and executing them. I reduced reliance on outside counsel, keeping more in-house work, which saved money and increased efficiency. I focused on negotiating revenue-generating agreements, mentoring staff, and implementing sustainable practices. The outcome, over $20 million in value delivered under my leadership only this year. So the bottom line, when you add it all together, the numbers speak for themselves. 8.4 million settlement, 176,000 saved in outside counsel costs, 10+ million in fire and canal assessments, 9 million in interlocal agreements, 750,000 annually from utility services. In total, more than $20 million in measurable value was delivered to Boynton Beach this year again, and my office touches every single one of those items. Now, let's look at the compensation. Here's how Boynton Beach compares to our neighboring cities. As you can see, Boca Raton, their city attorney, and I will note these are their salaries from 24-25. These are not taking into consideration any cost of living or increases that they receive. Boca Raton is $285,000. Delray Beach is $260,000. Riviera Beach is $248,000. Wellington is $243,000. And Boynton Beach is $236,900. As you can see, Boynton Beach is well below my market peers, despite delivering outcomes on par or exceeding those cities. I'd like to provide a bit of context about my entry into this role. When I was appointed 2 years ago, this was a newly created position, and I accepted the lowest possible salary step because I was new to the organization and wanted to demonstrate value before seeking any adjustment. Over the past 2 years, I've led the office through transformational results, securing over $20 million in measurable value for the city in 1 year, reducing outside counsel costs, and strengthening governance across every department. With 27 years of legal experience, including a decade of municipal and public sector work, I believe it's now appropriate for my compensation to reflect both that experience and the performance outcomes my office has achieved. That's why I'm respectfully requesting an 8 to 10% raise. This reflects the more than $20 million impact I've delivered this year. This request aligns with my 27 years experience and corrects the entry-level starting point I accepted when the position was new. It ensures pay equity with peer cities, reinforces the city's commitment to recognizing performance and leadership continuity, and most importantly, it ensures stability and retention of proven leadership, so Boynton Beach continues to benefit from proactive, results-driven legal strategy. This is not just a raise, it's an investment in sustaining and building upon the successes we've already achieved. So, in closing, this past year showed that smart legal strategy pays dividends for the city. We delivered historic settlements, major revenue generating agreements, reduced costs, and strengthened city governance, all while protecting taxpayer dollars. Thank you for your support, and I can answer any questions.
Mayor.
Please, I'm just doing some math.
Thank you. No, you're fine. Shauna, I couldn't be more proud of what you and your team have done for this city, and I think this board really should be proud of what you've been able to accomplish in the short time that you've been our city attorney. It is vastly different from having served on this board with having outside counsel. You are hands-on, you are available, you are present. Your staff you have handpicked the best of the best, and so I couldn't be more proud of the team that you have established, and really have taken on and I know that this goes along with that job as well, but really have taken Boynton Beach, as your kind of your baby, and you have taken care of it like it was your own. And so, I know that we are so much better off than we ever were before you came in. So because I always have one question, or I like to ask one question. Going into the next year, what are some goals that you as the city attorney, but also as your department have, that you want to accomplish or that you have on your radar in the coming year?
Sure. One of the ongoing litigations, I can't go too much in it, is resulting our suit against FDOT for when they drilled into our water main and we had to pay over $1 million in damages and repairing that and buying water from the county while that was down. So we are in current litigation with them. That is ramping up. That is something that we're really focusing on. We're getting close to the trial period on that. As if you had the opportunity to read my report, you'll see that we have done a lot in terms of forfeitures for the police department on behalf of the police department. I can tell you how much money we have made last year, but I can tell you just last week, I got over $310,000 in drug money for this city. Or I'm sorry, $361,000. Let me rephrase. So those are things I think we could continue. I know the narcotics department is very involved in that, but that's something I'd like to see. Our officers who are, doing those street stops when there's money in the car and cocaine in the car, that's available for forfeiture. That also cleans up our streets. And it's a very helpful tool so that people know, don't drive through Boynton, don't do your drugs in Boynton. And I think that will further help grow the city. Obviously, we're going to continue working with all of the departments, with all of the things that they have. Stacy and her team couldn't be better with regard to the contracts. And I think the departments really see the value in getting her to review a contract and really protecting the city. Our risk management department is going to be more proactive on finding areas that have safety failures, those raised sidewalks, those things that not only hurt our citizens, but cost ultimately the city money. So we are going to be more focus-driven on that. Initially, when you start something, all you can do is put out fires. We are getting to the point where we could start being more proactive on those things and also doing a robust risk program so that if something does go wrong, we are protected and we have those protections in place. So those are
Great.
just the few things we hope to do.
Good. Yeah, no, I completely support you. I know when you did come in, it was, you came in without having as much experience in the meetings, and I know, there was a lot of, we weren't sure how this was going to work, and you weren't sure how it was going to work, but I think, I know for me it is working very well, and I'm very happy, and so I support you. I agree that you need to be compensated, and I would support a 10% increase to your salary. I'm just throwing that out there now. I know that my colleagues haven't spoken yet, but I just wanted to put my thoughts on the record. So thank you, Mayor.
Yes, and I also want to say, I've been here 6 months, and I think that I do see such a value in you because much like a lot of the department heads who are sitting in this room, we call on you on the weekend and we expect you to deliver. And then being the attorney, you really have to step up and deliver in times that we never know what's coming down. And I think that having that in our city is going to help us in the long run to be able to maneuver through some of the difficult things that we already have or what's coming ahead. And I think that people don't see that value as much as I do, knowing that when something goes on, any one of us up here or any staff or anyone, and even the constituents, and even you stepping up with the charter review, that was something new. You had to take that under your plate, on your plate and be able to work through citizens and us. So I do commend you and I do support, I'm aligned with you. I do support a 10% raise, especially because you are not being compensated compared to other municipalities. And you also have how many years experience?
27.
27. So that's my input. Do you have anything to say?
I
yes,
concur
I do.
Oh, sorry.
I really agree with what has been said. I'd like to say to you that we might have started off on the wrong foot, but over the past 6 months or so, I've noticed a big change. You've been able to answer really all of my questions that I brought up before you and your staff, and that's very pleasing. and I have been watching the dollars, and the dollars are indeed better than they used to be. So I think it's a good move that we made to bring it in-house rather than out of house. And your communication has been right up the par. Has been very good. So I'm very pleased with what I see. Just like I guess Commissioner Kelly was saying, I have a question too that I always kind of ask. Yeah, what's your vision as far as your staff is concerned? Are you at the optimum number of staff that you are going to be going for going forward?
We are adding, risk management is adding a administrative assistant who will work part-time with them and part-time with the city attorney's office. The attorneys, I think we're well situated for the amount of work we have. I mean, granted, some weeks are just going to be crazy because they are. But it's our staff that's having, our paralegals that are having a little bit of trouble doing some of the smaller functions. So we will be splitting a part-time admin assistant this year with risk management. And that's the only additional staff person we're adding.
Okay. I could support a 10% in your salary because that would put you toward the top, maybe third down or something like that. So I have no other issues with you. You've been very cooperative, and I like the way you bribe me with the chocolate.
I figured out the key.
Very good.
But you just outed yourself to someone.
Thank you.
If we don't have any other comments, Commissioner, do you have any?
I concur with what's been said before, and I
Great.
do support a 10%.
So may we have a motion to approve the merit increase for City Attorney Shauna Lamb as recommended?
So moved.
At 10%.
Second.
Vice Mayor Hay moved to approve the 10% adjustment, and Commissioner Kelly made the second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes unanimously. Now we are moving on to you, Mr. Duggar. Do you have a presentation for us?
Yes, I do, Mayor.
Let's get it going.
Hi, good
It's-
evening. Good evening. This is Lynn Nazario, Human Resources Director for the City of Boynton Beach. And I'll be joining my beloved boss regarding his annual performance evaluation. We will break it up between, want to kind of cover the performance evaluation criteria by which he is measured. I know that we sent you all the evaluation. Well, he will go over the major accomplishments, and then we can talk about the financial aspects of his salary, okay? So just very quickly, wanted to go over the performance evaluation criteria by which he is measured, so that when he discusses his accomplishments, you can, think about these things, because he's really done a lot. He's measured on leadership and vision. He is measured on financial management, personnel management, his communication skills, intergovernmental relations, community engagement, project and program management, strategic planning, ethics, and integrity. So quite a list here by which he is measured. So keep those in mind as he goes over his major accomplishments. We're going to
we'll start
switch
the,
presentations.
Yeah, we'll start the slide, but I briefly want to preface, before we get started with the presentation, it's rather lengthy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each individual slide, but I'm not going to go over each individual accomplishment. I have 980 employees, 16 differing departments. We would be here a fairly lengthy amount of time, but I do want to give credit to all those who contributed and helped put this together. They did a marvelous job, and I couldn't be proud, which leads me into my next point, and a good segue. I want to emphasize that the team that I put together is very complementary. That includes the board. I think from an organizational standpoint, a lot of the times, like, you can be a visionary, but you need your team to be the implementation aspects of that, and that's what we have. Andrew, you guys know how I feel about him. I mean, he's definitely like a godsend to me, and like whenever I came in, informal credibility is so vastly important to me. Positional title authority is one thing, but strip away the title and all you have is the respect as a man or a woman and your integrity and what you stand for. And character means a lot. And I always say this, character over competency a million times, because you can teach competency, you cannot teach character. You just have it. Adam's got a lot of forward-facing departments, and he's did a marvelous job taking over public safety and really kind of. Both these guys did what I asked when I came in. I feel like there was a fracture from a public safety standpoint that accounts for probably 50% of our employee workforce. Adam and Andrew, they're over there. They're working out with the guys. They're actually intermingling with them, creating that family-type atmosphere. So I couldn't be proud of that. I made a promise to you guys 3 years ago when I came in, and I saw the newspaper headlines. My favorite was the Sun Sentinel, me having a driver's license. At least they acknowledged that. But I have my MBA now. And I attained that thanks to your guys' support. And one thing I can say is a lot of the members of the community, I'm out there. I take phone calls, whether it's weekends, whether it's nights, whether it's mornings. We have issue after issue after issue after issue. And one thing that I pride myself on is being able to come to not always the most amicable solution to where it's going to be 100% correct, but we strive for perfection, and if we can't get there, perfection is the enemy of good. So, and I kind of run with that. I will say that when I came in 3 years ago, I looked at the strategic plan, and I kind of felt like we were putting the walls and the roof on top of nothing. We didn't have a strong foundation. So, and you guys have heard me talk about this before, we had to get back to core essential functions. And me, Andrew, and Adam, and Candace, she's always had my back, and you guys know how I feel about her. She's extremely competent. She comes in and she says, "You don't know what you don't know." And I remember that, and I kind of, people that you surround yourself with that constantly tell you yes, that's a disingenuous behavior. So I value when people tell me no, and this is why. And my team, they do tell me no, and I value that. And I can tell you that coming in, we eliminated a lot of the social issues aspects that we were treating as primary concerns of the city. And we got back to, are we paving roads? Do we have a public safety aspect to where people feel safe in their community, the number one fundamental right? And what kind of aesthetic standard are we setting from a beautification standpoint of the city? Since then, and you guys are going to see some of these in the slides, I will say that fully staffed public safety, fully staffed police department. Police departments by nature are incredibly hard to recruit and even harder to retain. And you guys have not only supported that and supported me in that endeavor, but I can tell you that right now we have a reserve pool at the police department to where we have officers waiting to get hired with our department. You got other police departments around the county where you've read headlines, they're probably 20, 30% down on personnel. And that's a testament to you guys as well as far as supporting that. The fire department, fully staffed. When I came here, all other departments, we probably had about 249 vacancies. Today, I think we have maybe 28, 29. So, and that's across all departments. We've started, when I came in, I thought HR was had a little bit too much control over certain aspects of the city. I felt like the investigations department could have did a little bit better job. And I remember one case in particular, it was, and I was witnessing it, it was going for almost 2 years. This investigation had 2 birthdays. No employee should have been subjected to that. So I separated that, created the Investigations Accountability Department. I want to say that they've saved hundreds of thousands of dollars through P-card audits and things like that, really kind of getting our house in order. And just, obviously, you guys know we have tremendous amounts of work ahead of us, but I can tell you we are steering the ship in the right direction. And with that said, I'm going to start this slideshow so we can get out of here before 9. I know, Mayor, I'm going to make it quick. So a city's transformed by innovation and strengthened by growth and defined by resilience. A lot of this stuff is like from a technology department. You heard me talk about how important the ERP system is. That's your nervous system. That's where all your workflows come from, your processes. We've had issues with procurement and RFP issues to where you subject yourself to serious litigation when we do that, and you subject it through human error. So what we've worked is implementation of artificial intelligence, AI, into the city. We've introduced and rolled out, with the help of our IT department and Fred, a lot of our co-pilot license, which a lot of the directors have been benefiting from. We've automated a lot of our process. So with SAGES, with the permitting system, where I envision going as paperless as a municipal government can be into the future, and that's really what's going to drive the efficiency aspect of this. We're going to be cutting down a lot of the redundancy aspect of government by implementing automation and combining that with AI, and we're going to be using Workday to do that. So, and I just, we sent our finance director, Alan Lawson, and Fred Harris out to a Workday conference in San Francisco. They absorbed a lot of the information. Broward County Sheriff's Office is moving to Workday as well, and that's going to help really propel us into the 21st century. So go ahead, next slide. So executive summary at a glance. This is the page I really want you guys to take a look at, and this is a lot of stuff you guys supported, and we're definitely seeing a return on our investment. So 183 projects totaling $23.6 million, including the largest infrastructure resurfacing program in city history, which is $8.67 million. Chapel Hill, Gulfview Harbor, Heart of Boynton, Sandcastle, Meadows, Boynton Lakes North, Forest Park, you name it, there has been infrastructure improvements across the city. So that's a reinvestment, that's tangible, that's a tangible return on investments that a taxpayer can actually see. Housing and industry. I gave a presentation to the BDB, I want to say a couple of months ago, and you guys see the cranes, they're up in the air, and that's a testament to Adam, like in development services and Amanda Radigan. We are going back, we're grabbing those mobility impact fees that the county has been appropriating towards their unincorporated roadways. We're bringing money back into the city in that fact. I want to say it's right around $2.5 billion just in construction permitting that we're doing. There's going to be more to come. Businesses know that we roll out the red carpet, and the attorney that just spoke, she especially just prefaced that. So economic growth is up 15%. Community and Cultural Library of the Year, Jeannie's doing a marvelous job with and Craig. Financial stewardship, millions saved through self-insurance. When I came in, we had no options when it came to insurance. And I told you guys, we have city initiatives, we have organizational initiatives. Organizational initiatives, what we did was, this was a huge one because insurance in the United States as a whole, like you guys know how difficult it is. Unless you're on Medicare, and even then you need AAR supplementation to make sure that, especially if you're a fixed income senior, employees need quality health, but it's economy to scale. The larger you are, the bigger the group is, the bigger the discount. And so we immediately went out to bid, and the Human Resources Department, I want to say we had Aetna, we had United, and I think Humana was the other one. And Aetna came out on top. We had increased benefits with the Care ATC clinic, which the usability of that clinic has skyrocketed now, and that's another benefit that the employees had. So we revamped that. We provided an HMO, a PPO, and we also did a high deductible savings, and we lowered that overall cost through child health insurance subsidies from the federal government as well, which helped us also lower the health insurance costs. All right, go ahead, next slide. Town Square. This had the propensity to be able to crater the city financially. We lost $44 million in public lands, and we lost that money through incompetency. There's no other way to put it. And I can tell you that we salvaged as much as we could. We got a $5 million settlement. We were able to reinvest that. We got some money in lieu of workforce housing, which we are going to put into a housing fund that's going to help us with senior housing later on. And I can tell you guys that there was a lot of 1, 2 a.m. nights that we spent working on it, negotiating that with Amanda and Adam. But we made it through. And October 26th, it's going to be shovels in the ground, and we're going to start building. So, and that's going to be the South Tower. Again, that's you guys supporting us. Community engagement. I was just at the town hall meeting, and I gave a presentation to District 2. I did town halls at the police department. I did town halls at Sterling Village. We get out in the community, me and my team do, and the community knows us. And we've heard some of the residents come up, and I don't take it as a compliment to me. It's my compliment to my staff, because a lot of times I'm on the phone. I am busy, and they do pick up a lot of operational aspects of from the day-to-day city business. Holiday dinner basket initiative, Maylee really drives that home. So we do care about the families. We do a lot. I know Commissioner Cruz, she's asked multiple times. We're working with Christ Fellowship. I can honestly say it was her idea to come up with $10,000 so the senior prom could go forward. And I think that was a year and a half ago. And we allocated that money, and that money was used to put on the senior prom. The Police Athletic League, that's near and dear to my heart. Growing up a kid that was on welfare without a father, watching other kids play recreational sports was crushing, because ability without an opportunity is heartbreaking. And I think every kid deserves, especially if they have the ability to have the opportunity to go out there. And I will say that Bill Tomei he's been right by my side. And like I said, I built a team, and they're forwarding my vision. Go ahead, next slide. Okay, so before I get into I'm not going to go into the intricate details of every department. I'm going to spend probably about 2 minutes on each slide, and then I just want you guys to forward through. Go ahead, next slide. It's a great picture. Shovels in the ground. That's the villages breaking ground. I don't have to give any more kudos to the Planning and Development Department. They really kick. It's a formal meeting. I'll reserve my vernacular. Building and Development Services. Continue on with the modernization. Next slide. Utilities.
I have 2 slides.
Okay. There's a lot of infrastructure they've done, especially when it comes to drainage projects and things like that. Like whenever we have King Tide, and Public Works also, they work hand in hand. So there's the 1.5 million Coquina Cove drainage project that helped out Inca, Lakeside Gardens improvements. A lot of these projects, I know Poonam, Keith, Charles, and finance department. I kind of want to hit on this real quick, because when I came in, a lot of our money was stagnant. We weren't appropriately investing. And when you're not investing your money, you're losing 3% a year. Your dollar loses value of 3% every year if you don't keep up with the cost of inflation. And Alan came in, and he came in from the public or from the private sector, and he took a look at it, and we sat down. We had hours upon hours upon hours of meetings, and what he's done, and Tony and Fabio, as far as like moving the finance department forward, Myrna and Candace with the appropriations. We had no set plan for our appropriations and grants whenever I came in, and now we got redundancy plans in place to where it's a cookie cutter approach. We know exactly what Ballard Partners are looking for. We now have a federal lobbyist firm that's going to work for us to get appropriations and grants at the federal level. They don't require any matching funds at the federal level. Those are all funds that we should have firms fighting for money to bring back into the city, so we're not a donor city. And that's some of the things that we do. I know this year we didn't make it up to Palm Beach County Days, Commissioner Hay. Strange things happen.
Don't want to talk about it.
We'll definitely make it up for session this year, though. And we look at ways where we can not only concentrate on the bottom line, but we also want to concentrate on the top line. And we've had every single city service that we've done as far as like revamping our contracts. We had no CPI increases in any of our outer city limits contracts. We redid those. We had increases to mirror the inflation that we faced during 22, 23. And we've really restructured the finance department and the city's bottom line and top line and the revenue that we're bringing into the city. So, and Andrew I'm not going to forget about you, and Danielle Whitefield, you guys have really taken procurement with all the P card audits, with revamping the type of work that you guys have done. Like, we put our best players on the field, and the city benefits from that. And Andrew came in and he cut down, I want to say, per PO time frame, I want to say it was something like 60 days, and he cut it down under a week for PO approvals. So he is, and I know, Commissioner Cruz, you work in government services, so you understand that. So there's a lot of efficiencies happening here. So next slide. Fire rescue, our response times are amazing. I can't say enough about our public safety. So next slide. Crime is down overall. I've already talked about the investments into public safety, and Chief DiGiulio and Chief Bruder, they're forwarding what we said. Investments in technology, drone programs, new SWAT trucks. The SWAT truck doesn't break down during search warrants anymore. That's a representation of the city. Yes, and now we have a SWAT truck that is definitely advantageous to have during high risk incidents, and the SWAT team is definitely deserving of that. Next slide. Human resources. Lynn stepped into a project, to say the least, and she did a marvelous job of settling that department down, and again forwarding the vision that's in the best interest of the city, and helping us with the new ERP, some of the health care plans that we've rolled out, the CARE ATC clinic. Gail Moots, I know I want to mention her. She works her butt off, and she's returned a lot of funding to the city. So, next slide. Fred, I remember going to Fred and saying, "Hey, I want to roll out AI, and I need to know what needs to be done." So if you look around, municipalities are not embracing AI, and I can tell you that is a mistake. If you are last, you are going to be behind the curveball probably a decade. AI is going to help you with your automation. I've brought in Miriam from FAU. He's worked with CrowdStrike when he went down. He's did countless interviews with the news. He did absolutely pro bono, free to the city, 2 workshops for the city, helping roll out AI. And we got true return on our investment from that, because versus the apprehension that a lot of people have with artificial intelligence and things of that nature, it's not Skynet, it's not Terminator 2. It's actually going to help the city move forward, and it's going to have a cost reduction aspect to that. So I want to do, like Fred's did, he's helped out a lot as far as making sure that the city's proprietary information stays there, and we actually are safe from a standpoint of cybersecurity, and also from inputting information into AI. So next slide. What can I say about Kevin Ramsey and Charles Mosley with the beautification team? Clean and safe. Beautification team, when I came in, I thought it was just the most lowest hanging fruit that you didn't have a dedicated department to beautifying the city. Couches, mattresses, weeds, easements not being taken care of, like sidewalks not being pressure washed, overpasses. I kept hearing, oh, well, that belongs to Lake Worth Drainage District. That's the county. Oh, that's FDOT. No, it's in the city limits. It's ours. Take ownership of it. Like, you expect other people to come in and do that, you're going to be disappointed probably 10 out of 10 times. Next slide. Arts and Cultural Center, again, $1-point-something million investment into the audio-visual system. We had an opportunity to do that when Town Square was redone. We didn't do that, but I'm correcting the mistake. We're going to have our own little convention center, guys, and it's going to be a boutique style. It's going to have historical flair to it, to where it's going to be unique, unlike anything else in Palm Beach County. and we're going to be able to host our events there and no longer at Benvenuto's. Next slide. All right, Taste of Boynton, like Sheila and Chelsea and Gabby. She left me. Pirates Fest. We have some very significant events, and those girls, they work their tails off. They do an amazing job. So next slide. These are a lot of our attaboys. Next slide. Code enforcement. The mayor's favorite. We did a lot of things as far as like improving our ability to run analytics and pull data from that. We just implemented SAGES, so now moving forward, we'll actually have the ability to pull the analytics whenever they're required for each district. So that's going to be a testament to like a lot of the investment you guys have made in that. So next slide. So if you guys can see, I can tell you, so investigation link down in the metrics, this is what I was talking about. 114 days was the average investigation in 2021. We moved that down to 33.9 days. So that's a 70%. Cases handled were 8. Now with the accountability aspect, we handled 43 total in 2025, which is a 438% increase. We've created and cultivated partnerships with Palm Beach County OIG and the Ethics Commission. We're on first names basis with those agencies. So we did an amazing job with there, and it's a testament that department did not exist, and now it's built out, and we have set an employee standard that's being adhered to, and the residents of the city are the ones that's going to be benefiting from that. So next slide. So record-breaking infrastructure investment, modernizing services across every department, safer and stronger, more engaged community, and positioned for continued success well into the future. And I can promise you guys, if you think the first 3 years were good, the next 3 years are going to be amazing. And we're not stopping. We're doubling down. We're going to be creating a central repository for all of our administrative policies. That's going to be essentially on an app, and the employee is going to be able to just do facial recognition to sign for whatever policy. It's going to streamline our onboarding system. So, and we're moving forward with technology and investments. We got some different revenue tools to where I have initiatives to where I would like to meet with the board individually moving forward to where there's a possibility to where we could cut taxes 25 to 50% in the future. It's a possibility. And I'm going to meet with you guys. We're going to go over that, and I can tell you the future of Boynton is going to be very, very bright. So with that being said,
Are you done? I'm just kidding.
I am done. I am done. With that being said, I'd like to mirror the city attorney's pay raise, mirror the city attorney's contract. My contract is very, very vague. It was done from a cookie cutter approach. I was just appreciative to have the opportunity that you guys provided me 3 years ago. I've grown into this role. I know the perils of this role. I know how to avoid a lot of the perils of this role. I know how to work with you guys better, communicate with you guys better. I represent the city with passion, and I can tell you that I'd also like to mirror the city's ordinance of a 4-to-1 vote in my contract. That's also missing. So those two things, to mirror the city attorney's contract, and we can work out the details with Shauna and her department, the 10% pay raise, and then to include the 4-to-1 vote in my contract as well. Thank you, guys. And if you have any questions for me, please. I know I took probably 20 minutes, which was a little
No, that's
longer.
good. I mean, I'm definitely supportive that the 10%. I don't think it's right that the city attorney would get that and you wouldn't, especially when you do answer your phone all weekend long, every night, even on vacation. I can say that. Again, there's times when residents have to contact you because it's something that one of the commissioners aren't available and I can't fix it. And so you always jump in, and obviously so do you, both of you. So I'm definitely in support of that 10%.
I just wanted to refer to this slide here so that you have some context and perspective in terms of salaries of other city managers within the county. and where he would fall.
Okay.
So with the 10%, it would be 261, 552.50. So just wanted to give you the number.
Thank you. Vice Mayor, you wanted to say something?
Yes, I would like to say a little something. I guess I probably will surprise a few people. But, you know, when Dan started off, we were not on the same page, as you know. But as my mom always said, what a difference a day make. And I've seen improvement in areas that I thought were not there. And, you know, I've always been one to say what's on my mind. But you did what was necessary to get yourself up to where you should be. Do you still have a learning curve? Yes. Okay. But I've seen you in action. I've heard you in action. And I must say I'm very proud of you. Standing up to, for example, I'll just pull this one out, the county commission. You went toe-to-toe with them, not in a negative way, but you held your own, you held your ground with facts, with knowledge. And that's the kind of city manager that I can be proud of. And I must say that, you know, in the beginning I had my doubts, but I've seen a tremendous improvement. And I don't like the idea of the highest position in the city making less than anybody, okay? And that includes our legal. No, nothing against you, okay? But I would like to see us go to 12.5%. That would put you above what we've given her, which you deserve it, okay? I appreciate the private conversation that we've had, the help that you've given me, and I just think it's been way above and beyond the call of duty, what I've seen you do in the past several months here, okay? So if I may, I would suggest that we go, I did the math.
Yay.
And,
Well, I had actually calculated up to 12%, so to tell you the
I
truth,
support the
I'm really
12.5.
glad you went a 0.5 higher.
0.5?
12.5.
Huh?
12.5.
is fine. I had,
12.5, what
as
do
you
you
see,
want?
I got 12 and 12.5 down here. So that's what, I would go for 12.
Okay.
And so that number is 266,308.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I got.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Mayor?
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
I won't say too much. I would like to hear, and we can do it off the record later on because it's 8:35 and it would be nice to get out a little bit early this evening. But what your personal goals are. You have your MBA, and so now you have a little bit more time on your hands, a little bit, but we'll fill it. Have no fear. But what are some of your personal goals for the next year? And that could be outside of even city goals. But what are your goals as the city manager? What do you envision as your goal for the coming year? And we can talk offline, but I would just like to hear, what your goal is and where do you see yourself? What do you, we've talked a little bit about it, whether it be different, different courses or different organizations or whatever. So I would like to hear that, but you know that I support you, but it doesn't come easy, and I don't want the board to know, and I know, Dan, that you know. I unequivocally support you and what you've done for the city. Just like I said with Shauna, our city, our residents are in a much better place with you as the leader of our city, and I am proud to support you. Like I said, it doesn't come easy. I do make you work for it.
Same.
I know Adam and Andrew can attest to that. I definitely hold his feet to the fire, but, and I think that's because I know what you can do and what you're capable of. I've known you for a long time, and your work ethic is top-notch, and I think over the last 3 years, the only, one of the few complaints I had was that you didn't delegate enough, and I think you learned, especially with going through the MBA process, that you had to delegate, and so I have, and I think what you have learned in doing that is just how capable and how strong your staff is to be able to handle more and to handle things, and that you don't have to do it all, but you just have to lead, and you do that well. And so I support the increase. I'm proud to have you as the city manager, and I look forward to the next however many years you're here. So thank you.
All right, do I have a motion to approve the merit increase for 12%?
Sorry, one point of clarification. Are these effective today or retroactive to October 1?
Retroactive, isn't that when your contract ended before?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
make it
Yes.
retroactive to
October 1.
October 1. So do we have a motion to approve the merit increase for 12% for Daniel Duggar as recommended, retroactive for October 1? And
Yes,
including
4 to
the
1.
4 to 1,
Yes.
to mirror the city attorney's contract.
Point of clarification, that will not mirror my contract unless you add it to mine as well on the 4 to 1 vote.
Oh, yes, well, I wasn't going to speak to that, but to add 4 also in the city attorney's contract. It's going to mirror the ordinance.
Okay.
I mean, as long as it's for point
Okay.
of clarification, yeah.
Okay, so we have a, okay.
Second.
Second.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve the merit increase for 12% to mirror the city attorney and city manager of the same contract for 4 to 1. And what was the last one?
Retroactive to October 1.
Retroactive to October 1. We have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes unanimously. And do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
I have a motion to adjourn the meeting with a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes
Good night,
unanimously. This meeting's
everyone.
adjourned.
Thank you.